I think this is something that mostly impacts probably younger people, like kids and everything, but I think certainly adults feel the same thing occasionally. And that is being bored and lazy. So be honest with yourself. Do you ever feel bored or lazy? Now, they're two very different things, obviously. Feeling bored is one thing. Like maybe you feel bored, but you never feel lazy. Maybe you feel lazy, but you never feel bored. Okay? So let's break this down, because from where I am now, my mindset is there's just no time for that sort of stuff. There really is no time for that sort of stuff. So especially when you're younger, you have less going on in your life. It's much more simple, because you have people taking care of you, your parents. You don't have to worry about, so much stuff. It's not actively in your life that you really have to give attention to. It's much more simple. And as a result, you can feel bored. When you feel bored, any sort of things can happen. And then I think that can transition over into laziness when you become more of an adult, or maybe in your teenage years, when you have projects you gotta do, you got work you gotta do, you got all these other things you gotta do, chores, all this other stuff, and it's like, I don't feel like doing it, and you feel lazy. Laziness is basically boredom to a degree, because you're feeling lazy, because you are bored, you're not focusing on anything, you're not doing anything. However, let me just share a bit about my experience. So, of course, as a kid, felt bored every now and again. I don't remember what I even did, but, And then, I felt lazy plenty of times as well. Feeling lazy about something, not wanting to do something, procrastinating, all that sort of stuff. Well, where I am now, as I mentioned, my mindset is that there's no time for that sort of stuff. And what do I mean by that? That is, I have realized over however many years it's been, many years at this point, that the feeling of being bored only makes me feel like more anxious and just bad, like physically and mentally bad. And what do I mean by that exactly? What I mean is that if there's anything that's not on my to-do list, and I don't have anything like planned or something in my mind to be working on or doing, then what happens is that I end up feeling really, really bad. End up feeling really, really bad, like, oh my gosh, just like I don't have anything to do. Because to me, it's like I don't really have that relaxation, if that makes sense. Because my form of relaxation is not what you would consider like, okay, let's just lay down for a little bit, let's just watch something. That's really not my mindset. Relaxation for me is working on something that I really like. Now, of course, there's plenty of stuff that I work on. Let's say 50% is stuff that I like. The other 50% is like, you kind of dread it a little bit, or it's kind of overwhelming sometimes. It's not like the best. Okay? So to me, relaxation is working on the stuff that it feels good to me. I really like it. I really enjoy it. So feeling bored basically means that I have not put anything on my to-do list, and I feel distracted. I'm not focused. I don't have my schedule in place. Things are just kind of all over the place, and I end up feeling really bad. Unproductive. I end up feeling as though it's like, what did I do? So I don't really ever feel bored, okay? But I guess that can be a little bit of laziness, in that some things, you kind of put off here and again and everything. But my new mindset now that I basically have is that I'm always focusing on something. And it's always something that I not 100% enjoy, as I mentioned, but something that allows me to feel that productivity. So that I focus on that, I do that task, and then I move on to the next thing. It's like the only thing that it's going to hurt is that there's like several things that I work on that I'm very, very far ahead. So I end up just getting too far ahead, and then I have some time to maybe focus on other things. You know, it's like things that have been put on the back burner because I've been focusing on this task, and this task has been kind of waiting there. It's not a top priority, but it's there, you know? So that sort of stuff, it's just really interesting. So that is my mindset. That is the thing that I do. That is the thing that I strive for, to realize that there's no time to be lazy. There's no time to be bored. There really isn't. When you really break it down, think about things you can do within your life. If you've always wanted to learn a new skill, well, the moment you start to feel bored or lazy, start looking up this how you can start learning that new skill. And then you can focus on that. You can be productive with that. You know, so to me, there's no point. There's no point in feeling lazy or bored. There's no time for that sort of stuff. Instead, you got to be focusing on what you want to do. So that's just my words for today. So you all take care, have a great one, and let me know your thoughts. Take care. Bye-bye.